A Trump-appointed district judge, Mark Pittman, has struck down the student debt cancellation plan that Joe Biden advanced. Of course, this is not over. It's a step along the way. But as of right now, it has been struck a major blow. His ruling sided with a conservative advocacy group called the Job Creators Network Foundation, which had sued to stop the policy on behalf of 2 borrowers who were left out of the program or would not qualify for the full $20,000 of forgiveness. Judge Mark Pittman said, whether the program constitutes good public policy is not the role of this court to determine. Still, no one can plausibly deny that it is either one of the largest delegations of legislative power to the executive branch or one of the largest exercises of legislative power without congressional authority in the history of the United States. So Karine Jean-Pierre says that the White House obviously disagrees with this. They're going to appeal it, of course. She says the president and this administration are determined to help working and middle class Americans get back on their feet, while our opponents, backed by extreme Republican special interests, sued to block millions of Americans from getting much needed relief. And they say, by the way, we're gonna be keeping the information that's already been submitted. By the way, the applications are down as of right now. That way, when it gets reinstated, you won't have to go through the process again. But I would add just a couple of points before we discuss this. One, take a look at not only how political this is, that this one judge can doom perhaps tens of millions of people to thousands of dollars of debt. Okay, we're moving past that. Look at the timing on it. Now, I know anything close to an election, you can make the case that it's political or whatever, but you're gonna strike down a massive policy like this a couple of days after the election. You couldn't have done that a week ago, or you wouldn't have done that a week ago, because that would make the Republicans look really bad and definitely would have motivated a lot of Democratic turnout. So no, you wait until a couple of days later and then oops, it's already over. Except as Brett pointed out earlier, well, you could make this a big topic in the Senate runoff. I'll also add, one of the plaintiffs, Myra Brown, owns a sign making business. I only mention that because we have Brett on, so she makes signs apparently. Was granted a $40,000 PPP loan, of which nearly all of it was forgiven. So got about $50,000 of debt cancellation already through other means. By comparison, the most you could get off of the student debt is $20,000. Now, she argues in her case that she's being harmed because she's not eligible for it. Her student loans were originally funded by private companies. Now, my final point, I don't think that that's actually why they're doing this. I think this is a partisan thing. They want to take it down. But if you take this plaintiff by her word, imagine you being frustrated that Biden couldn't cancel your private student loan debt. So you want tens of millions of people to suffer under hundreds of millions of dollars of debt. I don't think that that's honest. I think Myra Brown is lying. But if she's being honest, that is about as evil a stance as I can imagine. That you would wish that on everyone else, just because your private debt couldn't be canceled. But Brett, what do you think? I've thrown a lot of stuff out there.
It's also an argument against overreach, that it's too targeted for her.
Yeah.
Like he only, oh my gosh, this guy's crazy, drunk with power, only canceling certain types of student loan debt that are federal. And the guy who was the head of the executive branch of the federal government actually made that decision in a way that no one who was like, for years they've been researching this. And Biden decided that this was the time to do it. And now the I don't understand this. And I watched AOC go on Chris Wallace's show on HBO Max or whatever and do that interview. And he literally said, I can't wrap my mind around this concept. The Democrats are doing stuff for people. The Republicans' actual argument is don't do stuff for people right now. The Democrats can list off all the things, we bring down gas prices, prescription drugs, all these things. We're trying to put money in the pockets of young people, forgiving student loan debt. And the Republicans' tact and what Matt Gaetz bragged about on TYT's election coverage is, no, we don't want to help anybody in the worst of times. That is their policy. So all those people that say that Republicans don't have any policies to handle inflation and the economy and anything like that, no, they do. And their policy is strictly not to help you.
Yeah, and to take away the help that's already been provided, to unhelp you.
Right,
actually.
To throw to all the life rafts that are out there they are on their yachts with BB guns shooting holes in the life rafts so they deflate.
They would have a fancy spear gun or something. They're not gonna use a BB gun. They're wealthy. Anyway, we'll see what ends up happening. They're definitely gonna appeal it. Oh, I wonder what the Supreme Court's gonna think. Anyway, but again, as we were saying before it was canceled, do it anyway. Make them sue to stop it, make them look terrible, make their judges look terrible, make the Supreme Court look terrible. You can't control that if you're Joe Biden. All you can control is whether you do it in the first place, so do it. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.